kill Aquaman and destroy everything he holds dear.
This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer to Reaction. I hope everyone has had a good weekend. What I'm looking at today is the teaser trailer for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. It's worth mentioning I didn't like the first Aquaman. And in fact, I'm not terribly fond of James Wan's entire filmography, with the exception of the original Saw. It's not that he's a bad director, it's that he's a fairly middling director. By my reckoning, Wan seems to cater to the common denominator for his audiences. And as I said, his movies aren't terrible, but they don't tend to be very interesting or thought-provoking either. They're kind of just there, the equivalent of wallpaper. It's non-offensive, it might seem interesting at first, but it's not going to challenge you. And I expect the same of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Now keep in mind, this has been a particularly troubled production. Supposedly it's a mess. It's done really badly in test screenings, and they're doing what they can to make it work. There's a problem with that though, and it's a problem I like to call the Flash problem, which is to say you keep throwing good money after bad to fix something which might not be fixable. Now keep in mind, the first movie almost earned $2 billion at the worldwide box office. That's a lot of money, and there's seemingly a lot of goodwill for this movie. And Jason Momoa seems to be an awesome dude. That being said, the DCEU, that iteration of it, is over, which had a lot to do with The Flash not doing well, besides the fact that it's also not a very good movie, and Blue Beetle doing better than past DCEU entries, though still underperforming. In any case, let's look at the teaser trailer for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
I'm gonna kill Aquaman and destroy everything he holds dear. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Well, that was the teaser for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, and it seems to have the same problem the original Aquaman had, namely a problem of scale. It was too big, and it doesn't need to be that big. Or at any rate, it needs to be a gradual growth. The first Aquaman looked absolutely massive in terms of its kingdoms and people. It's too much, and it was not only a messy film, it was, in its own way, overwhelming. So I'm not a fan of it, I'm not a fan of this, and I get the feeling it's not going to do nearly as well as the first movie. So what do you think? This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer to Reaction. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like or a follow. Peace.